Right, guys. Hello. Oh, I didn't pick the right gun, but it's fine. As you may or may not know, there has been more Battlefield 2025 gameplay released to the public. Obviously, illegally. But as you can imagine, we've seen a lot more of what we can expect for the new Battlefield game coming soon-ish. Oh my god, I'm being mortared out of my own spawn. So, brand new map as well, because I thought they were just going to do the same map twice in a row, to be honest. I didn't think they were going to do two maps across two different gameplay sessions. But as far as we can tell, the new map that they're using for the most recent playtest is the map from the concept art, the initial concept art. As far as we can tell, like the Gibraltar concept art. Do you guys remember that? Oh. All right, I can switch back to the gun I want. Hey, I can switch back to the gun I wanted to use. So yeah, the Gibraltar concept art that the first ever piece of art we ever saw, I believe, is the map that they showcased in the most recent playtest. And also, some other things have been noticed by the more keen eyes among us who've been watching the leaks. I'm wondering the reason why they're not removing, or they're not making it so that you have to pick classes or pick guns based on your class, is because they have mechanics built around the fact that they want you to be able to use multiple guns on one class. So one thing I found confusing is that there is an assault class in the game, right? So you've got support, which is medic and ammo. You have engineer, which is anti-vehicle, right? Can someone else peek? What the hell, guys? Support, which is medic and resupply, right? Ammo. And then you got engineer, who's supposed to be anti-tank. However, I think you can still take a rocket launcher on the assault class, or I'm not even sure how this works, because I don't really see the point of the engineer class if they're not locked to having launchers. But apparently, there is a perk in the game where one class can have two primaries or two gadgets. So what's been happening is people are using two launchers. People are using two launchers on one class, and they're able to basically do twice the amount of damage to vehicles in basically one volley by just basically firing a shot, switching weapon, firing another shot, so having two RPGs. But that also means there's also been clips of someone using an assault rifle and a sniper rifle at the same time. So it's even worse than we thought in terms of like, oh, any class can use any gun, but not only that, any class can now use any two guns. So you're basically... And I think it makes sense in my head because I didn't really understand why the assault class existed. Do you know what I mean? I don't really get why the assault class exists in this game, because if any class can use any gun, right? Engineer uses the anti-tank weapons. Medics use ammo and healing and reviving, and also can use any weapon. So you could be a sniper with the medic class, for instance. And then what does that leave assault? What does assault do? And I guess if they can just use any gun, then what difference does it make? Do you know what I mean? If the assault class can also use the launchers, then what's the point in the engineer class? What if it only works with picked up guns? I don't think it's that though. I don't even know if you can pick up guns. I think you can only pick up classes. As far as I can tell. I don't know. Oof. Anyway, the point is yes, we really hope that these aren't potentially the final changes. Do you know what I mean? That was insanely fast, how fast he shot me when I came out of that corner. Still time for change and testing. Yeah, but the problem is, Doc Fox, right? Although they're changing and testing things, they have built an entire class around using two... The assault class essentially is the use anything class, right? If the assault class loses access to all guns, what's the point in the assault class compared to the engineer class? Do you understand me? I feel like that's the route they're going down for the assault class. It's not a medic. They're not anti-tank. but they can use all the weapons, but so can every other. This is what, do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like if you limit what classes can use what guns, the assault class basically becomes null and void. And this is the problem, guys. I've said this so many times. You can say, oh, don't worry, they'll change it before launch. They often don't. Things don't change that drastically between these kind of tests and launch, unfortunately, from experience. Do you know what I mean? 99 damage, not dead. In my experience, you know, these sort of things kind of like, they'll change a few things here and there, but they won't make sweeping changes from beta to launch. I'm trying to think of an example of where that even happened. You know what I mean? Medic, support, engineer, and sniper is all they really need. But that's what I'm saying. Medic and support has been rolled into one class, making the assault class kind of just like... Oh no, he doesn't understand that. Is he shooting? I don't even know if you realized. Anyway, the point is that I'm a little concerned about that class structure. A couple of other things I've seen or that have been shown in the leaks was people climbing on the back of tanks, which is cool, I guess. You know, like as opposed to people just jumping on the tank, you can actually have people holding on the back and jumping off when they need to. Oh god. Which is an interest. It's just a little thing. Obviously, we already knew about dragging and reviving at the same time, which again I think is actually a really cool idea. What else did I see? Oh, that's right. Because the leakers have realized now that their accounts are getting taken down due to multiple watermarks that they didn't even know about. All of the gameplay footage, all of the leaked gameplay footage, at least on Reddit, is now basically 360p and blurry, because they've realized that you can't read the usernames even on the watermarks if it's literally the most blurry gameplay footage you've ever seen. Of course, you can still make out exactly what's going on in the leaks, but now every single gameplay footage is basically just 240p, barely even readable, but at least you can see them because then they can't see the usernames that they're using. Again, who could have seen this coming? You know, it is crazy to me that they're just like, no one's gonna leak the game. Oh no, they did it again. Once we remove all these accounts, there's not gonna be they've just done it again. They've just basically made the gameplay so blurry that you can't even see. You can barely see what's going on, but you can just about make out like the gameplay, and you can see what's going on and whatever. You can just about make out what gun they're using, essentially. Do you reckon we'll get a chance to get early access? Yeah, but not for ages, dude. Like, this is supposed to be like alpha gameplay, essentially. I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. I guess I can just run around the left side without being sniped. This is like alpha gameplay they're trying to showcase, or like they're saying it's alpha gameplay. Oh god. I love mortars. I wonder if mortars are going to be in the new game as well. That would be fun. Something else that people have seen. Oh yeah, something else that was seen as well. Mounted lean. I don't think they have it in this game. You know, oh, they do have it. The contextual lean. Look, can you see it? You see the contextual lean? I forgot that BF1 even had a contextual lean. But essentially, they're adding like a mounted lean, like from Modern Warfare 2019. So I don't know about on surfaces though. So this is, I'm getting the lean here. Look, you can see. I don't know about on surfaces whether it does it, but I know that it does. I know that it does basically mount onto walls. You know, if you're instead of doing that contextual lean that I showed you, like, is it this? I don't know if it's gonna do it. You can mount it to the wall just like Modern Warfare 2019, which is quite interesting. What deal? They're heading in the right direction. The only other thing that I've noticed so far is that they've only showcased the small maps, which is fine, but like, what are the big maps going to be like? You know, are we going to get something? I mean, obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of massive maps either, But are we going to get big maps? Is it actually going to be mostly an infantry focus? Which obviously, you know, it's fine for me. I just know that there are people that definitely want larger maps. You know, it's you know, it is what it is. I understand. You know, we get it. You can't just get away with doing tiny maps, you know? You don't think they have any other finished maps? Maybe. But usually, well, I don't know. It depends on when they're planning on releasing. Usually by this point they'd have a couple, maybe. I don't know. And then people were talking about there being levolution as well in this map that they've just showcased. I didn't see it necessarily. I didn't see what they were talking about. Like, but they were like, yeah, there's levolution. Did anyone see that? I don't know. I personally didn't see what they meant by levolution. The leaks are calculated. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It seems like on YouTube, for the most part, they've been dealt with, as far as I can tell. But in terms of on Reddit, it's crazy. On Reddit, it's buck wild crazy, which is weird because I'm pretty sure they could very easily take them down on Reddit. Ooh, that was nice. But yeah, Reddit's basically untouched. YouTube is the only place where if you search for something, you don't really get anything. But yeah, Reddit is just it's just crazy right now. Oh, we're gonna lose this sector, brother. He's dead. I missed him though. If the evolution maps can be like BF4, BF3, that's the thing I don't know. One of my biggest concerns that I've constantly kind of reiterated is where is the Siege of Shanghai? Where's the Damavand Peak? You know, like maybe this time they're actually going to do like a Metro or a Grand Bazaar, which is great. But you did have those big kind of like blowout maps that were like, holy shit. You know, like Siege of Shanghai and BF4 was like, you played that for the first time, you're just like, this is next level. Like, this is unbelievable. Damavand Peak on BF3, you play it and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I want, like... And then they kind of didn't... And then BF1, I guess, did have that in some senses. You know? But different energy, I guess. I'm trying to think of a map that BF1 kind of, like, went crazy on. But yeah, I feel like Damavand Peak and Siege of Shanghai were kind of like the showstopper maps that so far, obviously without anything else, we don't know. Maybe they've got something big in the works. I don't know. But so far, it seems like they're almost just going for the... Well, this is what you wanted. Here's some close quarters maps. But, you know, are they going to even risk doing anything else? I don't know. We'll see. We don't know yet. That's the problem. It's all supposed to be big secret. What? Are they going to bring mortars back? Oof. I don't know. The Zephyr map with the wreckage was pretty cool. Wasn't that just created from one of the multiplayer the campaign maps, though? I thought that was like one of the maps where they just kind of went, we'll just take something from the single player. That'll do. Which is fine. I don't feel like it wasn't a intentional showstopper thing. You know what I mean? They didn't go, yeah, this is gonna be our big map. This is gonna be what people reference. Can't bloody see. Good job, man. Thank you. Honestly, I've heard nothing about BR mode so far. I thought, like, I've heard, what's the word, rumors of a BR mode, but I've seen nothing about BR mode. Nothing that even hints it, because I thought maybe it would be on the menu or something, or like called like Operation Dog or something. I don't know. But allegedly, or rumors is that they're potentially doing that, yeah. But yeah, I'm still waiting for any kind of details on that. Well, that was a nice shot, dude. And the hit with the grenade afterwards. They're heading in the right direction with BF4. Well, that's why they haven't really taken down the leaks, in my opinion. They're keeping them up to get a good, you know, a good reading on what they think. You know what I mean? They're getting a good reading on, hey, what do they like this? Do they hate this? What about this? One thing I have seen, actually, that is something now I've just looked at my screen right now. One thing that people are a little bit concerned about is the running animation with the guns. Again, that is definitely something that could be placeholder, for sure. Like, that's something I could definitely see them changing very easily. Like, you see on Battlefield 1, when you're running around, like, it's a bit of a, you know, like a hit, hook, hit, hook, hit. In the leaks from the new game, it's literally like, your character runs like this. Like, it's like they're holding a vibrating stick and it's going left and right, or it's like a seesaw in their hands. You know what I mean? From what I've seen of the running animations, it does look mental. It doesn't look quite right. It's probably a placeholder from 2042, but I'm saying even 2042's animations weren't that extreme. You know what I mean? 2042's animations weren't that, like, you know, back and forth. But again, that's something that I think that we will definitely see changed. And then the last thing from this week was people complaining about, like, how the game looks too fast. But honestly, I don't think that's an issue. I'm pretty sure people ran faster in the previous Battlefield games. Maybe not Battlefield 1? I think Battlefield 1 had quite a slow run speed, to be fair. But I think in BF4 and BF3, the run speed was actually crazy. But I can almost guarantee it's to do with the fact that in BF1 and BF... Oh, I missed him. So close to getting him. You gonna peek in? In BF4 and BF3, everyone played on low FOV, unless you're on PC, so they kind of forget. They kind of forget how fast people were actually running. You know? Oh, man. Hell yeah. Ow. We can't seem to make this push. I don't know. No, 3 and 4 were crazy, especially if you had the perk as well. The sprint speed perk was just mental. Holy crap, I should be dead. I'm just gonna probably die? Oh. I can't hit him because I'm suppressed. What a great mechanic. BF1 has 6. Yeah, isn't that the slowest? Why don't they just do classes locked? This is what I'm trying to say, Shlam. I think the reason why they're not locking classes is because some of their, in terms of weapon locks to classes, is because some of their classes rely on being able to use multiple weapons from multiple classes. And that's why I think that they're being so adamant about not locking guns to classes. I don't think they'll change anything substantial. Well, as long as they keep on getting good feedback, which they seem to be getting, so I don't think they care. Should I take this? I don't think they care. As long as every time they get feedback, it seems to be looking good. They're just like, great success. But of course, no one's actually had hands on the game, apart from, like, I don't know, what, 0.1% of the community. Can you go prone as the Villa Pro? So you can. Interesting. I've not played this class in a hot while. There's 25 damage a hit as well. Okay, I can't see shit, by the way. I was gonna say. Any medics in the area? Probably not. Damn. I am one-y. I'm one shot at all times. Medic! Come on, brother. Heal, heal, heal. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Medic! Medic!
I'm wounded. Need help.
Yes, good job. Nice, he healed. They're adding, at least they're adding that in the new game. You can just take health and ammo from the support class. Finally. Something we were asking for. I asked this about, was it BF5? I can't remember if they eventually added it in BF5. And 2042. It's so weird, like, it's always weird that, like, they'll always do something as a last resort as opposed to proactively. Whoa, that was close. Oh, I can't rechamber. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't worry, dude. Yeah, just yeah. Oh, by the way, you can't cancel that reload, so that's death. I thought you could stop the reload, but you can't. Does he even have a second weapon? They added it into in BF5. Yeah. I'm just very surprised that that guy who meleeed me survived. Damn, okay. Okay, dude. He survived a shot to the chest and a hit marker. Come on, bro. Is anyone gonna know? Okay. Infiltrator on this map goes hard. I don't even know how you get it. Where is it? Oh, I got both of them, or I hit both of those. Holy crap, dude. We're taking them out. Oh my goodness. All that at the end and we can't even push up? God damn it.
Though you have lost, you showed the courage
We lost.
and valor that exemplifies
We still
Great
lost.
Britain. Mourn the dead, but not the Empire.
This game has the best soundtrack of any Battlefield. Well, it's very traditional and good. It's almost like Hans Zimmer level. Not quite, but pretty good.
Continuous fighting, the Allies had lost over 44,000 men, and the Turkish twice that number. No ground was gained at all by the British. While the campaign did divert large Turkish forces away from the Russians, it was a military disaster, unifying and motivating the Ottomans instead of defeating them.
You miss when games look like this and ran that well. It's because they're all trying to use the newest tech and the newest what's it called, systems and UE5 and whatever. Hey, I just started playing BF1 a few days ago and I'm struggling a lot with the shots. Sometimes it just seems like my shots go through enemies and other times they hit. And it seems so random to me and I'm missing something. Okay, first of all, especially with BF1, any gun that's not a sniper rifle, after the first shot, will have spread on it. So if you're not using a sniper rifle, then... and you're not standing still. So there's like multiple things with older Battlefields. So Battlefield 1, you have to be standing still when you take your first shot. And then after the first shot, if you're not... if you don't wait for the recoil to fully reset, the shots are going to start going in a spread. A pattern, you know, around your crosshair. If you're using a sniper rifle, you have to scope in, wait half a second, be standing still, and then shoot as well. But at least you know that every time you shoot, your shots are going to be accurate. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the good part about the sniper rifle. As long as you wait each time for your rechamber and you stand still again and you're not being suppressed, because that was another thing. This is the problem. There's so many little nuances, right? You can't be suppressed. You can't be moving, and the first shot is the only shot that's going to be accurate, and then it will start spreading. You get me? And that's just how it is. That's how it goes. Nothing you can do about it. DBA Bob, thank you for the 120 months, dude. Thank you.
Today, we face the French
120 months. Wait, that's 10 years. Isn't it? Is that 10 years, Bob? Oh my god. Oh my word. Dude, that's an insane amount of time. Thank you so much, man. From back in the BF4 trenches. Seems like yesterday. It's gone fast. It's gone so fast. Has quitting BF1 window been forced restarting my PC? No. No. Sometimes I look back at the clips from 10 years ago, Bob, and I'm just like, how is BF4 still that good? But second of all, what was I doing? I used to take the game so seriously. And there it is, dude. DBA Bob with 10 gifted subs on the 10th year of the 10th month. No, the 10th year of subbing with 10 gifted subs, Bob. Thank you so much for all the support. With the 26 gifted subs overall as well. You're on like 180 months at that point. 100 subs on year 100? I hope so. What am I using? Should I use like a normal class, like the medic? Something like that. Proud to know you. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. But yeah, I was saying, I do want to go back to BF4. It is just effort in terms of I have to then prepare myself mentally to play it. Hold on. Do I have smokes? Do I have smokes? Do I have smokes? I don't have smokes. Oh, he just gave up anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I forgot about this. The street sweeper. Do you remember this? This is like, what, 6 years ago I was using this? Eight years ago? No, it was close. It was close. Oh, and I'm gas. Cool. Remember, you can hip fire with this. That's the whole point. The hip fire with this gun is insane. That's why it's so good. And I can't even see that guy. He's so hard to see. He was like moving around all over the place. That was lucky you missed. Holy crap. Alright, gas mask off. I'm finding it quite... Is it normally this hard to see? I don't know. Oh my god. We're battlefielding right now. Oh, they were just hiding around the corner. Come on. The trench variant hipfire is insane. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I feel like the game's too dark now. Let me have a look. Maybe I need to turn up the no, my brightness is already at 65%. I need like what's it called? I need like shadow and highlight filter just so I can see. The OLED makes the darker colors too dark. I mean, yeah, it's true. Thoughts on assault rifle class having 2 rifles in the leaks? Well, this is what I was talking about at the beginning, Nerlan. I think this is one of the reasons why they're not letting classes be locked to weapons or weapons locked to classes. It is concerning. I don't know what. This is the thing. We have a working formula, right? Everyone knows that the Battlefield formula works. Am I wrong? Right? We know that there's a working formula for Battlefield. Why do we need to change it? Like, I don't understand why they're changing so much with the support class and the engineer class. Like, BF3 and BF4. Medic, support, engineer, sniper, recon. Why are we being weird with it? Do you know what I mean? Why are they like, no, now it needs to be support, medic and assault, or medic and ammo all in one. Why? What was wrong with the original formula? Why do we need to reinvent the wheel? You know? I don't get it.
Half of our forces remain.
Good. Oh, that guy died there. Medic and support in one class. Yeah. Oh, what the... Dude, why did he make no noise? Can we do that? AAAs always find new ways to bankrupt them. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know why I said yeah to that. I don't. That's the exactly opposite of what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is make $1 million you know, game that everyone loves. But obviously, for the player who plays it all the time, it should be obvious that, like, hey, you know what? Maybe innovate in areas other than the core principles of the game. Do you know what I mean? It would be like CS being like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't hip fire anymore. It's all about ADS now. We don't have spray patterns anymore. It's recoil now. Yeah, forget everything you've learned about CS. We're changing it. How did I miss? Nah, there's no way, dude. Forget everything you learned. Oh, fuck's sake, dude. How did this guy get away with just running around like this?
50 of our soldiers remain.
You know? It would, like, why are they, and this is exactly what happened with 2042. Why is it a hero shooter now? And it was like, just trust us. Just trust us for 2 years. Okay, can we change it to classes now? Fine, we'll change it to classes. And then with this game, it's going to be like, wait, why do we not have weapons locked to classes? Like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Just trust the vision. Just trust the vision, bro. Just trust us, man. We got this. This is all... It's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. Don't worry. Just trust us. Oh, for goodness sake, I've been shot by like 8 people at once. Nothing wrong with trying new stuff. But clearly the 2042 hero debacle was because hero game, big. Overwatch, big game. Battlefield need to be like Overwatch. Apex, big game. Battlefield, also Apex. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I didn't even hit him? What? But that's basically where it came from. The reason why 2042 is the way it is because at the time when they started developing 2042, the biggest games were hero shooters. And now everyone's like, oh, hero shooters. Same thing with BF5. BF5's attrition mechanic was modeled off PUBG. Right? They looked at PUBG and they were like, oh, we'll have a bit of that in our game. They wanted people to play every Battlefield 5 lobby like it was a PUBG match. And I'm not even kidding. That's why they did the attrition thing. They wanted people to be like run around like a squad. The problem with that though was that winning in a sense for a Battlefield game isn't about being in the squad. It's more selfish, if anything. And so, like, whereas in PUBG, if you don't stick with your team, you know, you don't get that revive. You end up basically losing because it's a 4v1 or whatever. But they tried to apply that to a Battlefield game, and it didn't work. And they refused to go back on it. Everyone was like, I don't know about this weird attrition, slow-paced, squad-based gameplay when I'm playing with 3 guys who don't even have thumbs, and they've picked 3 recons in my squad, and I'm the only medic. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're gonna force people into squad roles, which I think they also thought about doing. But yeah, it's always trying to, you know, keep up with trends in some way, or it's just weird. But the question is if they just done a traditional World War II game, would it have been as popular? I don't know.
We shall redouble our
You know?
efforts to rend something dear from them.
Another thing with BF5 was the monetization of skins, you know, because we didn't have that in BF1. Whereas in BF5, they were like, well, the only way we can have skins is by making every class look exactly the same. So, but the thing is I still feel like they could have locked certain looks to classes and still sold the skins. You know what I mean? I always found that weird. Like, because they basically made it so that any class can look like any character, which ruined the game a little bit.
A flame trooper kit is available in your location.
You know, it did feel a bit weird. I might need a gamma filter on this gameplay. How did it? No, come on. This is what I mean about other guns other than snipers in this game. It's such a disadvantage as you try and aim down sight and spray. Not a single shot hit that guy. Whereas if you're using a sniper rifle, 100% accuracy. As long as you wait a little bit between each shot. What? How is this guy just... Oh, whatever. Whatever. The best bit of Warzone was playing as a squad. But no one played as a squad in Battlefield 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, they tried it. That's exactly what happened. They had this attrition system. Don't leave your teammates. Don't leave your medic. But then you're in a squad with 3 support players who wouldn't even heal you anyway. So it doesn't even make sense. They forced a kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? It just didn't make any sense for what you were playing. You know? Oh my god. I might die, I don't know. Oof. Lovely. Can you guys even see what's going on my screen? Because I can barely see. I can barely see what I'm shooting at. This is quite painful. Oh! Bloody loads of them. Dark as hell, yeah. So this is the thing is, you know, would we have been happy with, after BF1, 3 BF1 clones in different time periods? Maybe? Is that what we wanted? I don't know. Because, you know, I can obviously... This is the power of hindsight. Do you know what I mean? The power of hindsight is I can look at Battlefield 5 and I look at Battlefield 2042... And I can go, here's what was wrong with it, guys, because it was wrong and people didn't like it. But at the time, you know, when we were first playing it, was that the message they got? And did they ignore it? I don't know. Maybe. Did they get enough feedback that that was the wrong idea? You'd hope so. I can barely see that guy I just shot. You would hope so. But it's possible that that wasn't the case. What do you mean? I'm basically saying that you're always right with hindsight, right? I can look back at 2042 and BF5 and be like, oh, people didn't like those games. And that's why I'm right. Whereas, would I have been... If they had done what we'd said and just brought out another BF1 or whatever, in the style of World War II and in the style of modern combat, would that have done as well? I can't know that. We'll never know. It's easy for me to say that, but is it true? I don't know. It's like when people go away, like, you know, streamers and stuff and make games and they're just like, I gave the perfect feedback for X, Y, and Z game and they never listen. Now here's my game. And then it's still not the right idea. And it still doesn't end up being like the perfect game that everyone says. You know, I've had so many like things of like, oh, if you just gave me the keys to the development studio, I'd make the perfect Battlefield game. It's like, would I? I don't know. We'd only know if that opportunity arises, and what is the likelihood? Would I know what the hell I'm talking about? I don't know. Easy to say, for sure. So many dudes around this corner. Oh my god, it's so hard to see. I can't see anything. I'm dead, I think. I can hear them pushing. Oh. I'm just like trying to confuse them by going in different directions. That every shot missed. Good times. Good times! And that's spread. There's no one resing that guy, I don't think. Good. It's like playing. It's like I'm playing at nighttime. To be honest, I can barely see what I'm shooting at. I mean, it is nighttime. That is what it is. It's nighttime. I think that's the vibe of the map. Oh yeah, I saw that as well. That you can take dog tags in the. You can finally take dog tags again. That's a thing. That is a thing. I can see him just from his outline. Only just though. No, they got the big guy. We're finally surviving. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to press G. Uh-oh. We're gonna get shot at. Now imagine Vietnam setting with BF1. I mean, maybe. That would be cool. We just don't know that. That's the problem. We just don't know. Unless they did it. I'm desperately trying to take this objective. Very hard, though. I mean, we're dead. Am I happy with how the new Battlefield's looking based on the leaks? I mean, so far, it's what people have been asking for, right? A new BF3/BF4. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's what they've done. But they've changed the base. They've changed core mechanics, and I'm not happy about that. But again, you know, we'll just have to see. I don't like that they've changed the core mechanics on a whim. Again, you know, how many times has this happened now? What core mechanics did they change? They've not locked weapons to classes again. What? The medic change. What medic change? The medic change is that support and medic are now the same. Which wasn't the same in BF5. Aww. What do you think about Portal for new Battlefield? I think they need a version of it, sure. You know? Do I feel like BF Portal underachieved its potential? What else could they have done to make it better? Genuinely. How would you have improved Portal? Apart from, obviously, what's it called? Unlimited servers at launch so that they didn't shut down. More maps? I don't think so. I don't think that would have saved it. Genuinely. Two different streams, Baguette. That's just how it is. They could have done. Yep, they could have done so much more. What? You see, this is the feedback they need. You're there saying Portal didn't have enough. What? What would you recommend? What would you suggest? Apart from more maps, which obviously is easy, but it's just like they're not going to do that. Take bits from older titles. Like what? More weapons. They did. There was loads of weapons in Portal. You see, you're thinking too top level. Just adding more weapons and vehicles won't. Here's exactly what happens. They add a new weapon and they add a new vehicle. You play it for a day and you go, that weapon was cool and that vehicle was cool. All right, what's next? It's kind of like there's only so much of just adding small things like that that are gonna make an impact on the game. What's the function of having Portal? If the thing that would have maybe improved Portal was a level editor, being able to add assets to the maps, being able to create different experiences with assets in the game. Just adding more content to Portal would just be like a normal update, like the same thing that happens with armor or anything like that. They add a new gun, you play it for a day, and you go, "That was cool. Now what?" They need more community-focused, creative mechanics. I say, well, mechanics. It's something else. You know, that's what they need. They need to give the community the tools to be able to create a game that is going to bring more people back to the game. Do you know what I mean? They could have done more. Yes, but what I'm saying, John, is you can't just say they need to do more, and then you just go more guns. It's like, okay, well, great. But what I'm saying is they need to add tools that allow people to be creative. That's what I'm saying. Not just guns and vehicles. Imagine WCS mod and BF. Well, this is what I've always said. I've always said, you know, imagine if modding was allowed in any capacity on Battlefield. You know, what a mad... That would be insane. Even Call of Duty to some degree, but they want to have all of the control, because I guess if you allow modding, it also takes a little bit of control over the monetization as well. Right? If you give the community the keys to create content that doesn't require buying expansions. Do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily like that, but it kind of is. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think that's what the issue is, right? I think the issue is that if you allow modding, you also take away the keys for releasing content on their own terms, right? If someone releases a map or a mode that people just play for thousands of hours and don't bother interacting with the content that they've made, do you know what I mean? And I don't think it's the developers doing that. I think the developers would like to do that, but from a business standpoint, right? From a business standpoint, I guess that wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, is to give the keys of content to your community. You know, I don't know, dude. What was the reason for leaving a server browser out? Because they have control over the matchmaking. So it means that they can then keep tabs on and track data, and they can easily... I guess in some ways it's for the user, but not. I feel like it's almost is never for the user. It's more for their, you know, player retention, and we can pick and choose what content we want you to play, and, you know. Fortnite Creative did that. They did that, absolutely, yeah. But I think Fortnite is all about selling skins. That's their monetization works because people buy skins, and as long as they get players playing the game, you know, that's it. It's all in the skins, whereas Battlefield can't really focus too much on skins because it gets a little bit messy. Do you know what I mean? They've got to be careful focusing too much on the skins aspect of a Battlefield game. But again, listen, I don't work in the marketing teams or the business side of Battlefield or Epic, so I don't actually know. I'm just making assumptions based on what I can see. You know, that's that. You know? But it does make sense if you think about it, is if your game is based on releasing content. Oh, but then again, I guess with Battlefield, at least the most recent ones, you didn't have premium. So the only way they were making money after launch was through skins, right, for 2042? So yeah, it would have been nice to do that, but then again, would it even be worth making it so that Portal allowed you to do a map editor? Is that just too much development time when they weren't making the money anyway? See, that's what I didn't think about. What gun is he using? Lee Ross. What the hell, man? What gun should I use? I think I'm using the wrong one. What about just the infantry? The infantry. The sniper scope's too zoomed in. I can't bloody see. 81 damage. Nice. Maybe put it into long range mode. Video. ADF field of view off, and then we get the nice big zoom, and then we can zoom in without having to have a scope, you know.
Half of our forces remain.
I mean, I'm being shot by every sniper in the game. Oof. Premium's a no-go? I don't think premium's a no-go. I don't know. It's probably for the best, isn't it, really? But will they go back to it? I don't know. It's for the best if you want guaranteed content. But I don't know if they'll go back to it now. Especially when you're competing with lots of other games that just don't do that anymore. You know, what other game is releasing paid DLC these days? I don't know. Well, that guy's head is just peeking over the top. Beautiful. Other games make you pay for other stuff. But that's what I'm saying, though. So why? So what would premium? Premium would feel like it's kind of going backwards, if you know what I mean. How do you then compete with everyone else? Do you just make the content so good? You make the content so good, you have to pay for it. Oh, we're going crazy. Where'd that snipe come from? Oh my god, let's go. This is what BF1's all about, dude. 84 damage in one shot. I missed. No. Ooh. Now, one thing I found weird about Battlefield 5's meme, right, was like we basically didn't get the content we wanted until the Pacific, and then the Pacific was one of the greatest releases of content for a Battlefield game that we got for free that we've ever seen in our entire lives, and it was free. And then they were like, "Yeah, we're done now." It's like, oh, if we'd, you know, what if we'd had that the whole time? The Battlefield 5 Pacific update was honestly insane. It was great. It was exactly the game that I had envisioned when Battlefield 5 was being, you know, first conceptualized. You know what I mean? When they brought out that Pacific update, I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is it. This is what we wanted. Here it is. And then they were like, and all right, that's a wrap. Have to be very fast with these shots. They could have done Normandy. I mean, I guess, but that's where they were leading to, wasn't it? They were doing it by... I can't remember when the Pacific... It's the thing, my knowledge of history is so low these days. I can't even remember at what point in the war the Pacific even happened. Was it 1943 or 4? When did it happen? Because they were going to do it in, obviously in historical order, as you'd expect. 1941? Was it? I think so.
50 of our soldiers remain.
What, the Pacific stuff was 1941? So yeah, it was pretty early on then. 43 or 41, guys. Which one was it? I'm getting two different answers there. I mean, I could just Google it, but... bit busy. Oh, he's already gone. Where's the shotgunman?
Objective butter.
Oh, come on. Come on! That guy almost took all of us out. That was a crazy prone dive. Oh my goodness. Right, run that way. They'll probably run through there in a bit. Let's take A. This guy on my left somewhere. Let's put a gas grenade on his own face. Where'd he go? US didn't join until 42. Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's definitely not 41 if the US didn't join until 42. That's what I'm confused about. Anyway, the point is they were going to do it in numerical order. And then they were basically right, 1942, 1943, that's right, I'll do. And then we were going to get maybe the... what's it called? The Russian front, D-Day, you know. So yeah, I know about 1945. That's the part I know about. No, 1944, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. This is what I'm getting confused about.
Our soldiers remain.
That's the bit I do know. If you watched was it Band of Brothers?
Clear the sector from enemy presence. We have secured the sector.
Wasn't it 1943 because BF had 1943 was specific. Yeah, but we don't know what part of the war that was. Yeah, 1944 was D-Day. June something. Oof. Guys, what's going on with our history here? June 6th. There it is. But yeah, I'm just as bad because I've not looked into it for a while at all. I used to read loads of books on it though. Did anyone have the horrible histories? Horrible histories. World War II. Banger. Absolute banger. 1941. There you go. Anyway, I was saying everything's irrelevant. The point is that they were gonna basically do the different theaters of war within World War II in numerical order, starting with the Pacific, and then they were just like, and that's Jeej. And that's why Battlefield 5 initially had really weird, what's it called? The areas of war that it focused on in World War II were like the unsung or unheard stories of World War II, which is not what you want when you're trying to create a game about a big, you know what I mean? Like people have expectations when you talk about a World War II game, and they went, let's do all the stories that no one knows about. But of course, the problem with that is that no one knows about them, and they're just like, huh? I didn't even know these people were even part of this war. What's going on? Oh, I'm suppressed now. Look at this guy. He's gonna keep shooting over my head. D6 damage. Hard to immerse yourself. Like it was cool, I guess, for the campaign, right? I think the campaign doing the unheard stories was a cool idea, right? It's just that for the main game, I was definitely hoping for some heavy hitters like D-Day, like Carentan. Is that Carentan? Oh my god. They're flying. Operation Market Garden. Well, they did do the Pacific. That's what I'm saying. Eventually, they kind of got round to that. Oh, I'm stuck in this door.
We have secured the sector.
What else? Stalingrad, Battle of the Bulge. You know, the classics that you would probably see in a Call of Duty game. But yeah, they decided to go for the really like Narvik. What? What do you mean Narvik? What's going on? Where's that? Berlin. Beautiful. Beautiful. Iwo Jima, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, is that they got it right eventually by doing the Pacific, which was like, you know, the famous battles of the Pacific. Mostly. What about Bad Company? What about it? Oh, you're talking about like in terms of like copying it for the new Battlefield game? I don't know. The Retreat of Dunkirk? As far as I know, there wasn't a lot of fighting at Dunkirk, was there? I thought it was mainly just a big battering. It was a large battering, as far as I'm aware. I guess you could do the days leading up to it.
The final objective is within our reach.
What's my thoughts about Bad Company? I didn't play Bad Company 1. I only played Bad Company 2, but I really liked it. It was the crazy thing that no one talks about in Bad Company 2 was that Bad Company 2 was 100% a console port to PC. But it played well on PC, weirdly, even though you couldn't
We have taken objective
run
Alpha.
sideways. You know what I mean? You couldn't run sideways. However, it was still, and it was 100%. They just took the console game and just turned it into a PC game. No, it didn't have proning. It had crouching, but it didn't have proning. And it still played really well on PC. Is Bad Company 2 the one that had Vietnam? Yeah. Whereas if they created a game for console and tried to port it to PC now, I feel like there would be a slaughter. You know? I don't know. Did it have input lag issues as well? I don't really know. I never really... obviously, back then, I didn't care about input lag and shit like that, and whether the character controller felt weird. I just played the game, and that was that. But, was there issues with Bad Company 2 for input lag and stuff like that? I'm sure there was. If it was designed for console. Oh, damn, okay. He was moving when he shot me there. What the hell? What about the animations that are ruining BF6? Now so the thing with the animations, Sam, is that those are definitely something that can be placeholder. The things that I'm worried about with the Battlefield 6 leaks are the things that are kind of like built into the game. So like animations are literally something that you can drag and drop into. I say that when I used to work on Unreal, I don't know if that's how Frostbite works, but essentially you dragged and dropped animations into a character controller and it just worked. If you press W, it plays this animation at this rate and then like cycles it, right? Animations are definitely something they can change very easily. However, UI elements and like perks and I guess you could argue that the weapons could be locked to classes very easily, but it is strange that they're not at this stage. that suggests to me that that's a core, like, that's a core mechanic of their game. Rather than just a test. That's what I'm concerned about. Whereas animations, you know, someone can just pull that out and plop it in whenever they feel like it. Did we do it? Oh my goodness.
I salute you, men, for you have fought like
Funny how Zampella worked for EA for Medal of Honor, left EA to start Infinity Ward, made COD, and now came back to EA for Battlefield. Don't you find that funny? Oh yeah, but it's also, that's how game designers work, isn't it?
Once the British had secured
It
the
shows that
vast
you,
Sinai
that's how it works, isn't it? Like CEOs for companies.
depths of the Sinai Desert,
What's wrong? He's getting paid big bucks. That's it.
conquering
Making the mad cash. Does BF1 not have vehicles? Haven't seen one vehicle in this gameplay. Well, because we're on a map that's mainly infantry focused, Rainfell. You'll see some in the next map. Also, I'd argue, how often would you actually see a vehicle in World War One? Probably not that often, especially if you were just sitting in the trenches. You probably never see a vehicle once until eventually they were pushing. You know what I mean? Realistically, like I genuinely don't think you'd see that many. Need to switch guns. Planes, perhaps? Planes you'd probably see a lot, yeah. You know, really, yeah, for sure. You'd see planes a lot. Now I need to know the ratio. How many tanks were there compared to infantry?
The sentry kit is available near your location.
I missed that. I saw a video recently that was interesting, and it was about how mathematicians... It was actually, well, it was a short video, so I didn't actually watch the whole thing, which is classic. But it was about how mathematicians could work out how many vehicles that the Germans were creating per month during World War II. And it was very interesting. And they did it using serial numbers. So they'd capture a serial number, and every time they captured a tank, they'd take the serial number, and they would kind of go use that data and go, how likely is it that this is the top end of the serial numbers and this is the low end of the serial numbers? And therefore, you can do a rough estimate of, you know, if this is a new tank, then how many before it have been made and blah, you know what I mean? It was interesting. Again, I don't know the intricacies of it, but it was interesting that they basically almost worked it out exactly. Just from collecting serial numbers. Ugh. Hello, boys. Honestly, the Mars, possibly the best gun that was ever released in a Battlefield game, or at least the best secondary in any Battlefield game. You know what I mean? Insane. I'm gonna get this guy. It's just the tip of his head. There you go. Battlefield 2042 felt so COD-like. I actually disagree. I don't think it felt like Call of Duty. It actually had... it was certainly unique. Gotta give him that. He's gonna run... Oh, he's gonna run left. I don't think it felt like COD. If anything, COD was trying to emulate Battlefield with their ground war thing, but I don't think it's ever felt like Call of Duty, really. Like, what part do you think felt like Call of Duty? In terms of destruction? But Call of Duty doesn't have destruction. Maybe that's what you're saying. Call of Duty has no destruction. 2042 had no destruction. True. COD Def edged BF with graphics, I felt. I don't know about that. Again, Battlefield graphics, even in 2042, I actually think it's more just like the characters and the UI made the game look worse than it actually is, in most senses. If you actually looked at some of the stuff they created, it does look good. It is just ruined, unfortunately. Oh, I've got no cover.
We have taken the sector.
But yeah, BF1 looks better than any BF since it, right? Since Battlefield 1. I still don't think that destruction is like, you know, the craziest thing in Battlefield, though. Like, it's pretty important, but it's not like the be-all and end-all. But it does make a difference. It's like, it's up there. It's a small pillar. It's a door frame. BF5 looks objectively worse than BF1. Isn't that because they forced... Well, maybe because of optimization, but they forced certain settings that made it look almost blurry. But yeah, you're right. I always said that I thought, why did they ever move away from Battlefield 1's at least visual fidelity? I don't know, because it looks amazing. I mean, look at this fucking map, dude. I mean, just look, honestly, just look at it. You know? Obviously, that's probably like medium settings. If I turn those up, that would probably look a bit better, but... Right, look at it. There's your parallax, look. That's your parallax. Is that parallax as well? I think it is. And then the sand. Look at the sand. Is that the wind scattering the sand? I think it is. And there's like a little particle effect that makes it look as if the wind's blowing the sand over there. When you actually look really close, you can actually see that it's actually quite low poly, but... I've just realized that I also have the wrong settings on, which is this one. To put that back on. Oh yeah, so by the way, you know Atomfall is coming out tomorrow as well. I'm going to give that a go. The only thing that I've noticed, though, is that all the plants are completely static. Which is a bit of a weird... It's a weird thing to kind of, like, focus on now. Or, like, not focus on, if you know what I mean. I'm so used to it in every game. The grass having just a little... Just a tiny... Like, even this grass here has a tiny bit of movement in it. Can you see? It's just the wind is blowing it slightly. Whereas in some games... It's completely static.
Sighted! An enemy soldier!
Oh, he didn't move. That's his fault. He thought he could get away with aiming at me from across the map. Also, who doesn't love the giant flags of BF1? You could do a whole video just on flag physics in this game. What's my graphic settings? I think it's mostly high, but I think a couple of things are medium, so... Yes. Got him.
We have lost objective apples.
I think Battlefront 2 looked worse than 1? No. I think Battlefront 2 actually does look as good as BF1. No? Especially the lighting on the... blasters and the explosions and stuff.
forces remain.
Oh, there is a guy there. I missed. Are you kidding me? He just turned to the right without... Oh my god. Is he behind... He's behind that rock that I can't see. It's so frustrating. Isn't that annoying? Battlefront 2 is amazing. Battlefront 2 is pretty good, yeah. I still think that the hero units shouldn't be as annoying as they are. As with every Battlefront game. I think that was genuinely my main issue with Battlefront 2, is that hero units, whilst it's fun that they are overpowered in a way, just got really tedious. Like, you wanted to just play as, you know, infantry. You wanted to just play as infantry, and you simply weren't allowed if there was someone who knew what they were doing playing a hero. It just became, like, really crazy that they just farmed you like that, you know? I was gonna say, brother. Where are you going? I think that's the reason why I stopped playing Battlefront 2 completely, is I just felt like there was no point basically doing anything other than farming heroes. Where do I aim for this guy? Oh, there you go. No, the gunplay is not great, but it was still fun. Even it being third person, it was still fun. But yeah, I don't know. After seeing what was his name again? What's the guy with the bounty hunter that you can unlock, who has the charge up sniper rifle in Battlefront 2? Which one's that one? Is he dead? He's already dead. Damn it! Shot a dead body. Not Boba Fett. It was another one. The lizard guy. Yeah. That guy. Bosk. Yeah, I don't know, guys. After being in a round for the 5th time in a row and Bosk being on an 120 kill streak without ever dying, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this anymore. Like, there's no way you should just be able to easily... I feel like your health should have slowly drained if you didn't get into combat or something, so that you couldn't just constantly just farm 100 kills every single round. It was insane. And even when they nerfed him, I still feel like there were still other heroes where you could just get 100 kills every single round. It was just like, what are we doing, guys? Is this even... What is this? I don't know. It was a weird one for me. Because I enjoy playing infantry. Or like the sniper class. Or like even just like the blasters and stuff. I enjoyed that aspect, and it kind of just ruined it a little bit. You just felt completely hopeless once there was a hero on the enemy team. But we digress. We're probably not getting another Battlefront now. I used to watch What a Weirdo stream Battlefront 2, and he'd go on 120 plus kill streaks every single day. That's what I'm saying. And like, don't get me wrong. I used to go on 100 kills. You're back in my day. I'd occasionally go 100 kills in Battlefield 1. Probably maybe like once every week, maybe. If you really wanted to, you could probably do 100 every single day, or even every hour, if you're using the right weapons. But it wasn't like every round. I feel like with Battlefront 2, it was like you could guarantee 100 kills every round if you just played a certain way. Without fail. And one shot. Oh, come on, guys. Can we shoot him, please? Dude, you're on that side. Come on. Don't let him... He's mogging you right now. Come on. I get this guy. No. He's gone. I need... Well, I doubt there'll be many medics, actually, on this team. So, it is what it is. Where do we aim? Lower? Higher? I don't even know. Oh, he would just not use Boba Fett because it was just unfair for the other team. Like, how crazy is that? You had to literally nerf yourself.
We have taken objective butter.
It's like me not using the Lee Enfield on this game.
We have taken
I did use it today, though. What? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm back. I didn't mean to shoot either. Whoopsie. Oh, that hit the top of the rock? What? I swear. Okay. It's fine, I guess. I thought I just got him. BF3 medic was fun. So was BF4 medic. I'm still a little confused about why they changed it from assault being medic class too. You know? What was wrong with that? I thought that was a good
We have taken objective butter.
I thought that was a good motif. Or did it make them too strong? I don't know. How do I climb up here? Do you guys remember? Am I in the wrong place? Oh, no, there it is. The fact that they let you climb up here is crazy. Is it up here? Yeah. Yeah. Dead. There's a few different ways up there, really? I thought there was only that way. Oh my god, you can full Skyrim horse out there. I didn't even realize that. And yeah, just waiting for the movement to stop. Wait, oh no. Did he just die? I didn't see him pull a shoot. Any more dudes up here?
50 of our soldiers remain.
Got him. Okay, so we've taken B. Now I can just be an absolute bastard up here. But I've only got 4 rounds, so... Not great, is it? Maybe I could steal that guy's rifle if it's still there? Let me have a check. Oh, maybe I need the one over there. God. Is his gun still there? Don't know. Looks like it might be gone. Maybe it fell off. Yeah, I don't know. The steep cliff. It's possible. I don't think they stay for very long. How the hell did he get up there? Wait, what? How did a horse get up here? I didn't even know that you could pull your chute here. I had no idea. It's new. That's news to me.
Clear the sector from enemy presence. We have secured the
Don't let this
sector.
guy play Sniper Elite. I mean, Sniper Elite... I feel like Sniper Elite is fun, but you have to play it in the first week. Because once people know the good... Like, I feel like with Sniper Elite, the campaign and the invasions and stuff, once people know the spots and they've watched the best spots in every Sniper Elite level, you're ruined. I feel like it's extremely situational. Which is fine. That's every video game. Especially that one. Will there be a Dying Light 3? I feel like... Was Dying Light 2 successful enough for a Dying Light 3? I don't know why I didn't enjoy Dying Light 2. Where did this gun just go? I didn't enjoy Dying Light 2 as much as Dying Light 1, but I don't know why.
Is within our
I couldn't give you a solid answer. You know? I don't know why. I don't know. It's already in development? Oh, that's good.
50 of our soldiers remain.
Maybe the novelty wore off. Same with Dead Island 2. Yeah, that one's definitely like novelty. I feel like Dying Light 2 and Dying Light 1 both had different mechanics that made them interesting though. There's a guy somewhere. Where is he? Right next to me somewhere. Is he in the shed? He was trying to kill me. A sniper. The problem is I have to destroy this. How did I get through last time? Let me just see if I can go back the way I came. That's fine. You're still coping for Titanfall 3? Yeah. I don't know. Well, unless they just do a campaign thing alongside Apex. That's probably the smartest thing they could do. What the? Dude, I almost got beamed by a guy at range with an SMG who was suppressed. That's impressive. Honestly. They're going to bring back Kyle, the main character from DL1, in a DLC. In a DL2. They're still doing Dying Light 2 DLC? That game's like 4 years old, isn't it? Old. Oh my god, I just moved his head in the last second. That could have been the 5-on-5, dude. We missed out. Oh man. Almost got the 5-on-5. Am I going to try Atomfall this week? Yeah, tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Jesus. Get that in there. Get that up, yeah. Can't hit his hands. That's a problem. Now, this may sound mental, but that was my only chance of survival. We lost? Oh, my God.
We lost. But be noble in defeat. Be proud. For you fought like lions. And will do so again.
But yes, I'll be on Atomfall tomorrow, guys. Basically British Stalker. British Stalker 2. I thought, why not? That's a bit of me. Vitali. Or Carcano. Although that's not going to be as fun, is it? What about the Arasaka Patrol? Do you think DICE lost key developers? I mean, probably. I don't know. Yes? Maybe? Am I playing this on the uber immersive settings? I'm still like on, I'm on like high. Everything's on high. I could go ultra, but I'm also just like, but what if? Oh, there you go. I can do that. That might make it a bit smoother. What else are they going to do? Oh yeah, put that back to that. Give us the Martine. I played the Martini earlier. In fact, it was Suez, wasn't it? Do you measure in every game how much the mouse moves for a 360? Yes. Not necessarily for single player games. Even armor, my sensitivity for armor is completely random. I don't even know what it is. Because at the end of the day, armor is just weird. Armor Reforger has built-in mouse acceleration. That's like you can't turn off anyway. So it's like whatever. So I basically gave up with that. But usually any kind of multiplayer game that I play, yeah. Sorry. What? What? A military sim that has built-in acceleration? It's never... I mean, Armor Reforger is not about the gunplay, though, is it? Really? Like, you don't even get hit feedback, really. You can shoot someone 15 times, they might not be dead. The HUD moves too much. That'll probably be a setting, hopefully. HUD movement has to be is an accessibility issue as well, because it will make people motion sick. So they'll definitely... I can almost guarantee they'll have a setting for HUD movement. Because it's going to be like a motion sickness motif that they'll have to sort out. Oh my god, he moved just like 2 inches. Oh my god, that was so unlucky they crossed over. I didn't even see the guy that initially shot me. That was insane too. Why not? I didn't even see the guy that shot at me. Dude. There's no way. Was that a collat? Yeah, I hit both of them, yeah. Unfortunate. I wonder if I got both of them there in that clip. OTG had an update. What have they done now? I was waiting for their battle royale before I got into it again. What's OTG? Off the Grid. It was the third-person robot game. I had fun with it. I thought it was good. I feel like, again, it's going to be one of those games where we haven't played it in a while and people have probably got so insane. People have probably got so insane, I don't know if we'll be able to compete. But, who knows, man? What? Wait, what does the chat say? Didn't they chat? I've not looked at the chat in weeks. They're speaking Turkish? Isn't that game the one that runs like ass FPS-wise? It doesn't have great optimization, but they added something that improved it massively. I can't remember. They did an update. It's certainly not perfect, for sure. Come on, get the 5 on. Damn it, I missed the headshot. Oh. What's the chat doing? They're speaking in Turkish, apparently. Well, come on, dude. They're just spawning on the edge of that map, just in the middle of nowhere. You see what I mean? Why? If they knew that there was going to be a spawn there, why didn't they just put like a rock there as well? So they don't just like appear in the open with nothing in the way. Will I also go back to Stalker 2 once they fix the bugs? I thought there was an update recently that fixed 1,200 bugs. Wasn't there? Nice. The winning team. Yeah, they just did an update which had 1,200 bug fixes. But the problem is what am I missing? What am I missing with Stalker 2 now? I've done everything, haven't I?
Victorious across the Middle East. The problems of victory remain to be solved. Clashing ambitions.
After viewing your leaks, can't you say your opinion with 100% transparency? I can give my opinion about things I've seen, but technically I can't. It's weird. I've basically said that there's definitely a lot of things I'm concerned about, but it looks good from what I've seen. But legally, I have no idea what you're talking about. What is Battlefield 6? Never even heard of it. Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? You know, what is that game? Thank God they got all the leaks yesterday. Not a single one. Not even on Reddit. Okay, I'm not allowed to leave the game. That's good, is it? I love the way that this is an arbitrary quitting screen. I'm pretty sure this doesn't go away until this 40 seconds is up. So I might as well Alt F4 and just go back. Fine. Sure, that's fine. You've seen the leaks, but you're under NDA. I mean, the whole point is that I can't talk about someone who's under NDA can't talk about the things that they've seen personally, but obviously you can talk about things that are in. It would be like me pretending that the news doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can talk about the things that everyone else has seen. Like that, it would be insane for me not to. Oh no, is my game messed up somehow? Why does it look like it's got HDR on? Oh, for goodness sake. So why is it running in HDR for me and my main screen, but not for you? But, so you guys see the normal screen, and my screen's now in HDR mode. Why? Why? I can't, like, this is unplayable. You guys can't see it, but it's unplayable for me. It doesn't make any sense at all. All I did was Alt and F4 the game, and it's like, oh, time to put HDR back on. Well, okay, I'll have to... do you know what the worst thing is? I have to restart my whole PC to turn HDR mode off. Great. And this has been in the game for 9 years. PC is stuck in HDR mode, and it's impossible to turn it off. Unless there was... Wasn't there there was a key that you could press, maybe, that turned it off HDR mode. Does anyone remember what that key is? It's like Alt, Shift, and... It's not a new bug. It's been in the game for like 8 years because it keeps on happening. I think there's a Windows button that can turn off HDR, but I can't remember what it is. Windows shortcut. Turn off HDR. Windows key control Windows key H. No, it's not doing anything. My Windows key is working as well. Right, restarting my whole PC. Be right back. Good times. Windows Alt B. Oh, that's too late. Why did it say Windows Alt? Hello, there we go. By the way, this is all because I Alt and F4'd out of the game, and I'm just being punished for it now. So that's good. Darren, say what you really mean. My face, thank you for the 56 months. Thank you very much. Silent Night, by the way, 133 months. I missed that. What the hell happened? 133 months from Silent Night. Do long range. Well, you can't on BF1. That was long range, what you saw, by the way. That's it. There's no going back. Also, 23 Themo, thank you for the prime. Slanisek, thank you for the 38 months as well. Thank you. Appreciate you. Right, is it going to put me in? Does that look like HDR? It does. I'm screwed. I'm literally ruined. My game's starting in HDR and it's turning my PC like. So let's see if I can do. What was it? What was the command? Alt B? I feel like we fixed it last time and I can't remember how we fixed it. But the game starts in HDR and I don't know how to fix it now. Windows Alt B. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm kind of... the game's kind of just broken now. So that's good. What if I put it in borderless? Why can't you play with HDR? Because it's the implementation's like broken. It doesn't actually look good. It's like a weird broken version. Can you disable it in the user config? Yeah. Maybe. But the thing is, it wasn't. HDR mode wasn't on. So for you guys, it looks normal. But for me, it's like really dark to the point where it's like unplayable. So that's good, isn't it? That's great. And I don't know how to fix it because technically HDR mode's not actually on. So it's interesting. And it basically fucks my PC. Go to documents, throw away BF1, empty bin, restart PC, open BF1. Yeah, I remember. Have I turned off HDR on my monitor? Yes, but the point is that it's like my PC is set to HDR mode, not the monitor. So what if I do this? What if I set it to on? And then... I don't know. Toggle off and on. Yeah, but then I have to restart the game anyway. But the problem is my PC is now... This is the thing. My PC, not my monitor, is now set to HDR mode, and now it looks dog shit, no matter what I do. So even if I turn it off in this game, the desktop is set to HDR. It's so weird. I don't know. I remember we fixed it last time, but I can't remember how. NVIDIA control panel, maybe? It's a BF1 thing, by the way. This only ever happens in BF1. Toggle HDR off in Windows. HDR. Let me have HDR settings. The worst thing is it says HDR isn't even supported, so it doesn't even make sense. So I can't even turn it off here. Auto HDR? I don't even know where that is. Auto HDR? I don't know. I think we're just ruined. Basically, that's it. It's over. Oh my god, that's insane. I turned nightlight on. The title got you? What do you mean? The title was just talking about the leaks. That's it. Uninstall BF1. But the thing is, what I don't understand is why would me pressing Alt and F4 do this? It doesn't make sense. It was fine. Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. So how do I fix this now, do you think? What if I leave it in border? I think I closed it in borderless. Right, let's restart. I'm going to restart one more time. If this doesn't work, we're just calling it. I can't be asked. Right, be right back. Yeah, Nightlight looked insane. And this is BF1's fault, by the way, 100%. It's not even Windows. It's not even Well, we can keep talking about the leaks. We've already covered most of them. What did you want to talk about? We can talk about the leaks. We just can't show the leaks because we're literally legally not allowed to. Does BF1 have AI support? I don't know what that means. Right, so let's try one more time, see if I can get it to work. I've put it on borderless, and if I remember correctly, it might have something to do with going full screen as well. I don't know. Basically, we shouldn't have Alt and F forward. It literally ruined everything. Because we Alt and F forward, it literally broke the game. So that's good. So we're going to turn it. We're going to press that. You mean frame gen? Yeah, I reckon all of the NVIDIA stuff is going to be in the new Battlefield game, probably. But then again, we don't know if... So here's the thing. Usually what happens is either NVIDIA or AMD ends up sponsoring Battlefield, like they do with Call of Duty. So if... But then again, also, even though AMD sponsored Warzone, they still had NVIDIA stuff, so we'll have to see. Did I see the first-person takedowns? I did. Yeah, you see, I think it's still... Oh no, I was in borderless, though. Okay, it's good. Borderless may have fixed it. Anyway, that's good. It just didn't like full screen, for whatever reason. There you go. I can see normally now. Again, didn't change anything, just restarted the game in borderless mode, and now it's fine. Stupid as hell. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it is what it is. Whatever. What could be fun? Yeah, but I had to turn it on and off twice for it to work. It's so crazy, man. Why? Why is it like this? I guess it is 9 years old now. And we're using Windows 11 optimizations and all that shit. I don't know why this is lagging, by the way. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Nous avons constaté que des villages entiers avaient disparu, que des bois s'étaient volatilisés et que le paysage était devenu lunaire.
Tout semblait en mouvement.
Am I allowed to join the server, or...?
C'est comme si tous savaient que la fin de la guerre approchait.
En traversant,
Better write that solution down.
nous avons entendu
Restart PC twice. Oh no, dude. And this is the thing. We've now spent 20 minutes fixing this for us to be in the same position again where we couldn't quit. Good times. Right, okay, we're finally back on the main menu. Good times, very nice. Okay, pals, I don't know. Well, I've already done all of the other maps today. That's the thing. Ooh, this could be... Nope, that looks... If a server is losing players out of 64, it means that the server's over. That's something I've discovered as well. So if it's a map that you want to play and it's losing players, that means something's gone wrong. Almost every time. Did the map with the Zeppelin? I did try to, but again, it was full and I couldn't get in. I'm going to try this. Well, that team's getting steamrolled into oblivion. Yeah. So yeah, I've played Battlefield 1 on I think 5 different PCs, and every single time when I install it for the first time, I have that HDR issue every single time, and it always plagues it. So in fact, I guarantee you, there's people that play Battlefield 1 and don't realize that issue happens, and it completely ruins their PC. I bet you that happens all the time. I've used like 4 different monitors, Harry. It always happens. What I think is people might not notice that the HDR thing is messed up, and they just kind of like, they just go, it'll be fine. Like this. I do love this music though. I hope we get some nice music like this back. You know? Surely. The new BF needs some good tunes. I mean, that was a small issue with the 2042 soundtrack, wasn't it? The 2042 soundtrack was mental. It was mental.
This infernal bombardment. The noise.
Oh, we're playing the British?
The most tremendous cannonade I've ever heard. Swept round us.
Oh, don't tell me this one's lagging. Oh,
Quickly
whatever.
find quite an ending in either direction.
It's a whole new type of warfare, boys. Gotta be careful.
They're calling them stormtroopers.
I wonder if this is because of borderless mode. Because they weren't lagging this bad before.
Right into us. Come on, concentrate on your bayonet. Imagine it piercing the hearts of the Hun.
But yes, it is lagging on my screen, but I don't think it's supposed to be lagging on my screen. There you go. Hey, look, the gameplay's fine. It's just the weird cutscenes. Right, so we're on defense. We could just go SMLE and just say screw it.
We have lost objective.
This is the pain giver.
Return to the
The SMLE is the best sniper rifle in the history of Battlefield. Potentially. So, I mean, using the Mars and the SMLE is basically a cheat code in BF1. I thought it was Smile. Well, it can be. It's whatever you want it to be, really. You can name it whatever you'd like. The Smelly. Better than the Kar 98? At mid-range, yeah.
We are losing
Oh.
objective apples.
Whoa. I missed, damn it. It was quite hard to see. Do I like suppression in this game? I don't like it, but I deal with it. Like, I can clearly still play the game effectively without being affected by it too much.
We have lost
You know?
objective apples.
It's not ideal. I wouldn't like it to be here, but then again, without suppression, snipers would just be even more overpowered in this game, to be honest. That's just the facts, unfortunately. It is short for short magazine Lee Enfield. But that's what I'm saying. Why wasn't there a long magazine Lee Enfield? Why did they stop at 10? Where's the LMLME? Why did it have to be like maximum 10 rounds? Why didn't they have the 30 round SMLE? You know, what were they thinking? That was pretty dirty. Oh, shorts for the length of the... Why don't they have the long SMLE? I thought it was short. Oh, I see. So it just means the barrel. Alright. Oh my god. Oh my word. Short magazine Lee Enfield. Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, maybe it was to do with the magazine size. But I was wrong. How do you use the flare? In this game, you can find... They can't destroy it, which again is even more overpowered. They can't destroy the flare, so you can just fire it wherever you want. I usually fire it straight forward, because you don't need to fire it up in the air. Like, it got nerfed massively in BF5, if you think about it. How can you see me through your smoke?
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
There's a grenade for
16 damage. They're right here in this building. Have they actually pushed up? They were thinking about it. With the cart. Oh yeah, to be fair, it would get too heavy, wouldn't it? If it got too heavy, it wouldn't be as easy to move around, and then it would become impractical. I guess that's the issue.
We are losing objective Apple.
True. I can hear them to my right. They're running around. Unless that wasn't them. I don't know, actually. Oh yeah, that's a spot. There was a long barrel Lee Enfield? Really? I had no idea.
We are losing objective butter.
This gun is broken, dude. Absolutely broken. What's crazy is this gun had the best damage range, but then also it was the only sniper with a 10-round mag. Which is madness. Who balanced that?
We are losing objective butter.
It was like, yeah, let's give this the gun with the best damage range, also a 10-round mag. And no other sniper. Historically, yes. Like, I know. That's just how it was. Understandable. What? How did I... Oh, he's already dead, that's why. He's already dead. This was the last... So this is the thing with BF1 that a lot of people don't talk about. You know how this was the last game that had a team switch? If you didn't notice. So this game is probably one of the most stacked heavy games in the Battlefield series, because if you want to switch team mid-fight and be on the winning team, you can just do that. And there's nothing really stopping you from doing that. How is that not hitting him? I can't hit him. What the fuck? Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I think they removed the switch team button. Because if you're on the losing team, if I'm on the losing team, I can just be like, okay, this team's losing, switch team. Oh, yay, I'm on the winning team now. And then in the clan servers, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have admin tools where they can just move people from side to side anyway. It's even easier to basically get the whole clan on one team, and they just steamroll the random babs that join every single game. And it's your fault for being in the game. Fuck you. Oh, what the hell? All right.
We have taken objective butter.
This is gonna be a problem. What? He was invisible on my screen. What the hell?
We have lost objective butter.
You can switch teams in BF5 via friend join request. Yeah, but that's because you're trying to join your friend. It's for a good reason.
20 attackers remain.
Right? I'm talking about in BF1, if your team was losing, you just go,
The sector.
okay, I'll just switch team. And then everyone complained about not having the team switch option, when in reality, they all know that basically everyone who wants a team switch wants to switch to a certain team so they're on the winning team. It was a crutch mechanic. Like, what reason do you have to switch teams? Usually. And then I know the argument always comes up. We always have this discussion. There's always people that are like, but I want to help the losing team. It's like, yeah, but well, you are the 1%. And unfortunately, it's definitely going to get abused more than it's going to be used in the right way. Do you know what I mean? 99% of the time, people are going to use it to switch to the winning team. You prefer the attacking or defending side. But that's what I'm saying. That means, I guess, you win more often on the attacking team, usually? I think you do actually win more often on the attacking team. It's just like a fact. Oh my god, I can't go anywhere. Being sniped across the map. I just never switch. I don't usually switch. I kind of think, how many switch there? If I'm on the losing team, never crosses my mind to switch. Well, usually it's harder to switch as well, but if you're early enough, you can get away with it. This is what I'm saying. You guys are relying on people to have morals and be like, no, I'm not going to switch to the winning team. Like, some people are just like, I just want to win. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I end up, like, steamrolling the other team. That's fine for me. For every good reason there is for anything in life, someone's going to have a reason to abuse it as well. Sorry, can I see the people that are aiming at me from 5 meters away? What's going on?
50 attackers remain.
Maybe marksman rifles don't have scope glint though. I don't know. Win ratio players, yeah. No, you don't. Where did he even come from? From a bloody plane? That bullet velocity is actually faster than I think it is.
We are losing objective butter.
You can't rely on medic support. You want people with morals. That's what I'm saying. Like, if this is something I've always. This is like a sweeping issue with video games. If you give someone an immoral way to win, they're going to use it. Like, guaranteed. Like, there's no honor in video games. I like the way that people are like, oh, they should include this mechanic or thing because some people might use it for good. It's like, yeah, but it's not going to happen, bro. It just doesn't happen. If you literally gave people access to a cheat button, they'd use it, and they do. And the worst thing is that, especially in the cheating community, I think this is a life thing. To be honest, I'm going deep in here. The cheating community don't care. They do not care about being banned. They don't care about upsetting people. They don't care that they're ruining people's games. They don't give a fuck about anything. And like, there's people there just like, oh man, I don't know, you know, how do these people cheat and not, you know, feel bad about destroying an enemy team? They're literally there frustrated when their cheats are getting cancelled after they've got 10,000 kills, ruining like 500 games. They have not even thought about the concept that they're ruining someone's evening. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that people think that people give a shit about when they're cheating in the game is crazy to me. They're not thinking about that. They're just thinking about the fact that, oh, I'm gonna have to spend another 10 quid and get another account. And that's what I find strange, is I find it really strange that there's this rhetoric that the cheaters feel bad about cheating in the game. They do not give a shit. They're not even thinking about it. Oh, bloody hell. Which is why I always put the issue on the developers to always deal with cheaters and nip it in the bud, because you give them the tools, they're gonna do it. That's it. And they're not gonna think twice about it. They're not even gonna consider it being a bad option, especially since it's like not illegal, or there's no there's absolutely zero ramifications whatsoever, you know. They do not care, and they will not care ever. Oh, let's see if we can get this guy ready.
We are losing objective.
Oh god, where's that gone? Oh, he's dead already. They get off on people getting mad as well, yeah. Absolutely.
We have lost objective butter.
I love this gun. Absolutely love it. I'm glad I got it.
20 attackers remain.
Moderated servers are pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Admins are usually good most of the time. Admin abuse is rife, though. You can take out tanks with that thing? Oh, I know. I've got to be careful I don't get too close quarters because they will just melee me to death. And that's a very common death. Yeah, let's get back a little bit. Oops.
Yes, man. We will.
Can I turn up the color?
The spirit and determination
I mean, I think this map is just grey.
but they will
I don't think
come
it's anything to do
again.
with
So keep
the
those rifles
thing.
at the ready and the spirit of blighting.
Sorry, hey mate, swooping in with an opinion. What do you think of a company shutting down multiplayer whilst they fix cheating? In theory, great, but the problem is that the community will just it's a lose-lose. They might be doing the right thing, but the community will just give them shit anyway, so yeah. It's always like, then again, Fortnite shuts down their games for updates for like 3 days, and somehow that works. So I don't think it's impossible. I just think that the community will turn on them, being like, AAA company shutting down their multiplayer, disgraceful. I paid X amount of money for game, and game is offline. That means bad, no matter what. But and also, why would they need to take it down for a couple of days to sort out cheating? I'm not sure how that would. I'm not sure what that would do. Or are you saying they just take it down as long as it takes? I mean, I find it weird that Call of Duty Warzone basically just they straight up just said we probably won't fix the cheaters until season 3. That was crazy to me. They basically just said, yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to just deal with it until season 3. Sorry about that. Which I thought was a crazy thing to do. At least they admitted it. Do you know what I mean? It's unusual for a company to admit fault. They're just like, yeah, we're not going to have time to fix these cheater issues until season 3, so good luck. Oh man, I just lost all my health. Damn it. AI watching every frame of your game will get rid of cheating pretty soon. But to play devil's advocate, what about an AI that counters the AI that reads your screen? You know? It works both ways. What about an AI that's so advanced that it knows what the other AI is looking for, and so it counters it with human movements to make you look even more legit? That's what I use.
We have lost objective butter.
Oh, come on. I didn't get the kill on him. Until the cheaters get AI. Yeah, well, precisely. When's the last time I played 2042? Like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? Something like that.
We have taken objective apples.
You can't stop hacking, it's neutral only. But the thing is, I feel, you know how people say like, oh, cheating's ruined video games? I feel like apart from on Warzone, where it is just like insane, like I feel like I can play 90% of the time without a cheater. Maybe I'm not playing the right games, you know? Maybe I am the cheater. Like, I know, but I would say 90% of the time I'm playing games without cheaters. And it's probably more than that. It's probably more like 98% of the time. Try Asian servers? Well, I mean, I guess that's a different. I mean, it would be funny if there was a cheater on the enemy team or my team right now. That would just basically. That would be funny. Depends on the game's popularity. Yeah. Like, for instance, on Armor Reforger, which is admin-only servers, I think we faced like 2 cheaters in 200 hours or something crazy. You know what I mean? Different scenario, because obviously it's like community run, so they can probably find the cheaters pretty quickly if they want to. Whereas on a game like Battlefield, or especially Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, where they're not really keeping tabs on the... I mean, do you think there's someone working on the anti-cheat for BF1 and BF5 at this moment in time? You know what I mean? I don't even know. Maybe like a person who just covers Battlefield as a whole.
We have lost the sector.
Oh yeah, cheaters on console as well. I forgot about that. I feel like that's going to be a new thing soon, isn't it? Weird controllers. Yeah, I thought they were finally banning those weird controllers, though. Are they not? I missed, damn it. It was just behind them. I thought they were getting rid of Cronus and all that shit. Like it... Oh, look at that. Just look at that view. And there you go. Do you know what I was talking about earlier? I was talking about earlier, what are the showstopper levolution or whatever maps? BF1 is just like the behemoths and shit. Like that that blimp coming down is just like, you've never seen that in a video game before. Insane. How are they all just bloody landing on us? Oh, what the fuck? Is there a guy on the roof?
We are
Oh.
losing objective apples.
What kind of cheating is going on in 2042? I don't know, man. I didn't really see cheaters on 2042. This is what I keep saying to people. I rarely ever see cheaters in 2042. Ever. And that's been since launch. Like 3 in like 600 hours or something. Well, that's a long shot.
Lost objective butter.
I'm not going to hit that again. Unless... I'm in a really bad spot though, because they can just look at me from anywhere on that hill and destroy me. Didn't BF4 have a Megalodon? Well, no, at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about the fact that BF4 had Siege of Shanghai, right? Battlefield 3 had Damavand Peak, and those were kind of like the showstopper maps and events that everyone goes, that was I've never experienced that in a video game before. You know what I mean? Is this guy going to take the heavy guy or not? Can I take him? Or are you going to... Yeah, I was going to say, can you hurry up?
Vehicle kit is available near your location.
You taking it or not? Bloody hell. But yeah, I was saying that the showstopper events for BF3 was Damavand Peak, BF4 Siege of Shanghai, and then I was kind of like, oh, actually, does BF1 really have a map which was kind of like, oh shit, this is like the big reveal map that everyone's gonna go crazy for? And I've kind of realized that the kind of blimp event was probably their kind of, or the behemoths essentially, is their kind of like showstopper, you know, crazy, never seen before, only in Battlefield moment. Like they went with, I guess. I'm about to get pushed or something. What the hell? I didn't hear that guy at all until he pulled out a nade or something. Stop. Was Damavand Peak where you jump down the chute with a chute in rush mode? Yes.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
And that's what I was trying to explain, is that I'm a little worried that maybe the new Battlefield won't have something like that, but then again, it's too early for me to even say. You know? How will we know until the game comes out? But no, but that's what I'm saying. If, you know, what I'm trying to say is I don't know if there's that there yet. You know, I've not, you know, I don't think it's there. I'm worried. I'm doing a concern. You know, not that that necessarily makes the game better, but it is just like, you know, it's something you think about. It's something that you remember. When you think of those games, you think, wow, that was sick, actually. You know, what moments? Battlefield, oh yeah, 2042's was the tornado. And that
We
was,
have lost objective.
I don't know, man. It was fine, and it looked cool, but it was kind of disruptive to the gameplay to a almost insane degree. Right. Was he low? I think if he's on 30 health, you can one-shot him with melee.
We are losing objective apples.
Bloody Gasco, level 19, running around with the bloody heavy unit. If you stab him from behind, yeah, I don't know how I was going to get behind him. That was the problem. Oh, that was close, dude. He wasn't expecting the crazy repeat, though. I'll tell you that for free.
We have lost objective apples.
Footstep right. Someone's trying to shoot me. Shot my hands, then? I didn't think he was going to be... Oh, I don't know, that didn't feel right. I don't think it's sus. It's just, I don't think... On my screen, it's like the only thing that he could have been able to see was my hands. It felt like he could see me clearly. No, it's quite weird. Like, I'm here. Like, how did he hit me? See? Cheers!
We have lost the sector.
I think we'd know if it was a cheer, do you know what I mean?
Retreat to the next sector.
Oh, shit. Damn, dude. Okay. Ugh. I hate Metro. I love Metro. Even though I barely even played it. I think it is like a... One of those... It's one of those maps which is like iconic and I think they should have in every game. And I don't know why they didn't.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
I think it was one of the best parts of BF5 as well. I'm always hyped to play that map. Damn, that was actually a crazy drop. I thought he was gonna pull his shoot way earlier. What's the best battlefield to play right now? I would say BF1. BF1 2042. BF1 2042, I'd say. Jesus. How am I not dead, dude? Right, well, you know that guy's in there, don't you? He's gone further up. He's now going to be up here, maybe? Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, BF1, 2042. BF5's pretty good. I can't remember why I didn't like BF5.
We are losing objective.
I think the issue with BF5 is that BF5 is actually like really sweaty. I don't know why. It's like the sweatiest of all the battlefields. I'd say BF1's probably the most casual. And then 2042 and then BF5. But BF5 is like... Dude, you're fighting for your life out there. I don't really know why. I guess it's because it's just the mechanics are a bit more... sweaty. Oh, I'm dead. Basically, you're saying you're not good enough for BF5? I played BF5 last week, dude. Last Sunday. I think the BF5 is the hardest battlefield to kind of like get into. If you don't know the mechanics. I think BF1 is probably the easiest. And I think 2042 is like in the middle. Especially with crossplay as well, if you think about it. BF5 and BF1 are both PC only. Whereas 2042 is crossplay, so... I guess there's probably more... less skilled players across the entire game. Because there's a wider field of players. As opposed to just the dedicated audience. Really? There's a guy just sitting up there? What? You can go that side? I didn't even know you could go there. BF4 is the most fun. I feel like BF4 is the hardest. Like any of the old Battlefields now are only full of players who've played 6,000 hours. So I feel like getting into those games and dealing with the mechanics in there is going to be, that's going to be a real trial by fire. That's where you're going to struggle. Let's see if we can get this guy.
We are
Oh,
losing objective butter.
that is satisfying. You've got 4K hours in BF4, and that's what I'm saying. You're gonna, if you faced a guy that had played for the first time, how do you think that's gonna go? You know, is he gonna get a kill on you, even once? I don't know, man. Especially with like, I feel like the level 1 BF4 weapons are also not great either. Whereas at least in BF1 you get the SMLE, which is what, the best gun in the game. We're gonna hold this for one more round, probably. Nice. Don Michu, thank you for the 9 months as well. Thank you.
Who defended like lions, taught Jerry
Thank
lessons
you.
in British pluck. They are clearly
Delta
battling
Force is
without
elite.
mustering forces for one final attack. So find a nice
Love
shell
playing
and
Delta
take
Force. Really
40
fun
weeks,
game.
'cause they'll come again.
Very good.
The enemy is being reinforced with an airship.
Listen, I don't think Delta Force is actually a bad game, but that SPMM in a 60-player mode, that is not it at all. Would I have played it longer even if it didn't have SPMM? I don't know, but I shudder to think about when I go back and play the next update. Like, it's genuinely going to be not fun, unfortunately for me. You know, but I'll try it. You know, I'll definitely give it a go. I actually think the content's pretty fun. You know? Ooh, got him. I think the content's pretty fun. I think the actual game itself is pretty fun. But when you've played a lot of Delta Force and you get to those high echelons of SBMM, it makes you wish you never even played at all.
We are losing objective apples.
Yeah, I don't know what the cheating situation is like. For me, it was just the SBMM. That's it. Can't stand it. Cannot stand it. Just pain. No, rip. And we're gonna jump on that gun? They might do.
We have lost objective apples.
For me, it's the gun build. What? People... What the fuck, man? What the fuck just happened? I think I got killed by the debris from the thing in the front. That's what happened. I didn't even get killed. You can't wait for more armor content? Well, you might have to wait a little bit. I'm doing Atomfall tomorrow. And maybe for the rest of the week, depending on how it goes. Because it might be fun. Oh, yeah, baba. Wasn't there a kill from the turret? No, I'm pretty sure the turret got destroyed and fell on me. Which is still funny. You see, that's a kill by the turret. Delta Force Mobile. Oh, okay, well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. If you're playing Delta Force Mobile, it's probably one of the best FPS phone games, right? I don't know. I don't really play many, but I assume it's probably pretty good. But on playing it on PC and stuff. But I've always said, by the way, my biggest issue with Delta Force's SBMM is that the devs are literally gaslighting us about it. That's one of my biggest one of my biggest frustrations with it is that they think that we don't know it's there, or the devs are actively themselves ignorant to it. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the part that really, really rubbed me the wrong way. Because, you know, the number of times that you feel like something's in the game, and then you're told that's not real, and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, there's no way. You're literally saying to me that I don't know what I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't feel like that. Yeah. Don't know what you mean. We have a simple distinction between new players and veteran players. I was like, that's absolutely false. How am I not hitting these guys then? Go down. It's so hard to hit.
We are losing objective butter.
Haven't you considered gaslighting might be fun? Have I thought about the morality of the developers? Maybe not. I should have thought about this sooner.
We have lost objective butter.
What the fuck? Okay. But no, I think yeah, that for me is like, sure, you know, it's fine. You can say what you want, right? But you know, I don't have anything against the developers, but they've clearly been told to pretend that skill-based matchmaking doesn't exist when it does, and we're just supposed to pretend, which is, you know, very strange. So anyway, Delta Force, new update coming up. What's up? No, I don't. This thing, I maybe they've been told that the system that's in place isn't what it is. That's the only positive outcome that can come from this is that the developers themselves are ignorant to how the matchmaking system works. That's what I think is the case. Like, you know, they've been told, oh, it's a simple distinction, when in reality, it's definitely not.
Connecting all Allied troops across France was Germany's true objective.
You're waiting for a battle bit update? Yeah, I can't remember what they're doing soon. They're doing something. Battle bit wasn't a fever dream. I've still said I think I would prefer it if they had human, like, character models. Why has windowed mode broken my it's broken my cinematic. But yeah, thank you Waters for the 22 months.
The men don't forget that. It's do or die this time.
Everybody knows it. The French, the Canadians,
Australians, New Zealanders.
Right. Is it the fight? It's the last battalion. What should we do? I can't remember what other guns I used to use. What about the RSC? The RSC was crazy on the medic class. Remember this? Borderless is definitely doing this. That's what I'm saying. There's some weird things going on, man. But yeah, I definitely was an advocate for BattleBit having slightly more realistic, like not crazy realistic, just slightly more realistic character models. So you weren't just quite literally shooting cubes. Which didn't make sense with a hardcore damage model. It just doesn't make sense. Everyone's 5 times easier to hit and they die in one shot. You know? Just making this as painful as possible for this guy with the shotgun, but I don't know where he went. I was gonna say, yeah. You got a peek? I'm not peeking you. Why do I hear footsteps to my right and there's no one to my right? Sus. Invisible player. I had to literally wait for him to be in the perfect spot. Probably some driver thing? Yeah. I don't know. Would I try Delta Force Mobile for jokes? Well, how? I don't... What do you mean for jokes? What's the joke? I'd probably be really bad. Comedy?
You got damage? I'll fix you up.
Yeah, the RSC is very nice. Probably one of the most OP guns in the game. But definitely not more OP than the Simile. Maybe I should switch back to ADS FAV. Always hard to hit. Blew up his mine as well.
I'll fix those wounds.
He's dead. Right, let's do it. Options, video, ADS field of view on. That should feel a bit better now. Depends on the gun, doesn't it?
Objective butter.
Oh, now they're taking B back. You're a big fan of the smelly. Mmm.
We have taken objective apple.
In the game, right?
We have lost objective butter.
Come on. Yeah, the game. Yeah. That reload is deadly though. It's quite a long reload. If you're not in cover. He's one-y. God, that's hard. In the game.
We are losing objective apples.
Oh, Jesus.
We have lost objective apples.
Let me patch your wounds.
Ow.
There, first aid.
Jesus Christ. These vehicles are tricksy, man.
First aid. Use it.
What do I prefer, 4 or 5-man squads? I mean,
The enemy force
for simplicity, 4 is fine, but I don't see why we can't have 5-man squads as well. You know?
Are you hurt? I'll patch you up.
It depends on the what's easier. I don't necessarily think about when I'm thinking about it, even as a content creator, when you have more than 4 people in the game, it is very hard to keep track of comms and stuff. So like in terms of like, I feel like 4 people is absolutely the sweet spot for communication without it turning into a complete mess. And also there's 4 classes, 4 teammates. Kind of makes sense. But I don't see why it couldn't be 5 either. I missed him, damn it. Not quite there.
Are you? First aid.
have taken objective apples.
What gun is that guy using? He's using the little pistol gun, isn't he? I absolutely love this map, by the way.
There's some first aid.
Love it. Who just shot me? And why are they peeking me? Oh, he's there.
Combat area.
Grenade. Watch it.
Return to the
72 damage and got him. Imagine if you could customize guns on BF1. I mean, does it need it though? I didn't mind not having customization in BF1.
50 attackers remain.
It wasn't bad.
I can fix your wounds.
I thought he had to skip after that. I thought the countdown had already gone. I guess it would be cool.
We are losing objective apples.
Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of like, again, that was like their vision. Do you know what I mean? And this time it worked, but maybe that's because the rest of the game was actually pretty well received. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's the issue. What the fuck? How can he see me? What the fuck?
You're injured. I can
Like,
help.
maybe we look past the issues of BF1 because the rest of the game was so good. But maybe it would have been better, yeah. I definitely just got
20
shot
seconds
directly through smoke. That was very odd. Chia? Maybe I was like 3D spotted through the smoke there, I don't know. Surely that's what happened. Surely that's what just happened. Unfortunate. Do I have a vignette on? I don't know. I don't think so.
Amiens is ours. Your heroes, every man jack of you, all working together.
And there it is, guys.
That's the secret of British
That
greatness. Haig
is Battlefield 1.
ceases panic.
I don't even know if there's another map that I haven't played.
Soon be won.
I can get through the whole game in 3 hours.
In the 2 weeks since the start of Kaiserschlacht,
You were sad when they shut down the BF3, BF4 servers. Can you not play BF3, BF4 on console anymore? Under graphics. Are you sure?
The Allies
Oh,
have
yeah.
also lost thousands of men, so we're relying on the arriving US forces to conquer one last piece of hell.
Thanks, sir. What do I think of Hell Let Loose? When I first played it, it was bad. Wait, what? That's the wrong... Oops. Wrong screen. That's what I mean. What do you mean you're sad that they shut down the Battlefield 3 / Battlefield 4 servers? If you're still able to play, I don't understand. It's confusing. For old gen, maybe? Yeah. What are the goods and bads of BF5? The gunplay was fun for snipers, I guess. Movement was alright. Visibility wasn't great. What was the good thing about BF5? The Pacific? What was the good thing about BF5? I've played 1,300 hours of BF5. That's what's crazy. I've played a lot of it. The Pacific? Yeah. Oh, the maps which have the Japanese and the Americans on them. Also, the theatre of war towards the end of World War II. And also... the maps where you're on islands. I'm trying to think, what was the good thing about Battlefield 5? What did I like? I liked that it felt balanced in a way. Like, the guns between the classes felt balanced. It made sense-ish. You know, I liked the fact that guns were locked to classes, even though you couldn't tell who they were. You know, I thought that was good. If I play... Ooh, hello. It didn't have a clear direction. No. Construction was kind of cool. I never really used it. I know it was there. What was the big, apart from the Pacific, what was the big showstopper for Battlefield 5 as well? Do you ever think about that? What was Battlefield 5's big, unique thing on BF5? What was the thing that would be like, oh, that was so sick? That map or that levolution or that thing that happened to BF5 was incredible. The V1 rocket. But that's the thing, the V1 rocket is like, it was good, but it was at the same level as a behemoth in BF1. Don't know about that. I'm trying to find a server. BF5's big fumble was the unrealistic trailer. I mean, in a way, it certainly set the mood off wrong. I don't think it necessarily meant that it came as a like you know, it was goofy, but it's like everyone wanted realistic World War II. That is probably one of the biggest reasons. Yeah, I'll give you that. Oh, for goodness sake. I've already played Montegrappa. I know you can't see the screen, by the way. It's because I'm trying to join a server, but at the same time, I also...
Oggi possiamo lenire quel dolore, riconquistando le terre cadute sotto il giogo degli invasori asburgici. Prega per me, mamma. Prega per il Regno d'Italia.
No, I don't know what's wrong with this server. I don't know what's wrong with this game. It's broken. I'm trying to join new servers and it's just like joining me into full servers that are like ending for some reason. This is what always happens. I've played all the maps. It says it's playing Empire's Edge, but then I get launched into Montegrappa. What's going on? This one says it's got players free. Can I join this now? Maybe. We'll see. No iconic World War II maps? Yeah, I think so. We talked about that.
Wir warten schweigend. Denn würden wir sprechen, käme die Wahrheit heraus. Nämlich, dass eine Niederlage hier das Ende unserer Armee und vielleicht sogar des Reichs bedeuten würde.
Wir sind 19 Kilometer
Come on. This is a rare map. You barely ever see this map. Let's see the Visali with the Frommy. I only use 2 pistols in this game. Wait, if I remember, what was the... I watched something recently where they're using this... No, I played something recently where they used this rifle. What rifle were they using? Oh, this rifle's in Red Dead Redemption, isn't it? This is the scoped rifle in Red Dead Redemption 2. Which is super cool. Oh, they're pushing. You hate the sights on this thing? I quite like them. Or at least I've got used to them. I don't mind them, let's say.
We are losing objective butter.
Pretty sure you're talking about the Carcano. Oh, was it? No, I'm pretty sure there's a Viterli. On what's it called? On Red Dead? It's not called the Viterli though, it's called like the scoped rifle or something. The bolt action. No? Am I wrong? $75 damage, thank you. I could be wrong, it could be the Carcano. I just remember it being one of the games. But no, I've not seen Rogue Heroes SAS either, no. This gun is used a lot in the Isonzo game. Yeah, because it's Italian, isn't it? Italiano. I think I need to put on this again. So I have a bit more zoom on the iron sight. The rolling block? No, the rolling block was that was a one and done, wasn't it? There's a scoped, short-range scope rifle that I thought was the Baturli, but I could be wrong. I missed him, damn it. Millimeters. Now he's dead. You can't be rubbing the 5090 in our faces and not show the FPS. Well, I've got the FPS locked to 240. But I can almost guarantee you it's probably I mean, I can show you. It's probably sitting at 240. I don't need to lock the FPS, but I just like locking it because I'm just like, screw it, I don't need any more. Why make it work harder than it should be? But if I do that, I'm going to die anyway. Perf overlay dot draw FPS 1. Where is it? I did draw PFS. And then do perf overlay FPS display scale 2. There you go. So we're on all high settings, 1440p, and we're dropping like 200. But it's pretty good. Oh dear. They fell out. Seems like you're beating off everyone on the server. I'm trying to. That's absolutely my goal. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. Sure thing. Agnes. How did that miss? What the? What am I shooting at? Men? There's men afoot? No. No, you don't. Where did that just come from? Where did that just come from? That nade.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
Miss, damn it. There's so many. 75 damage, that's pretty good. We'll take it. You can get the ceiling. I actually didn't know you could get into the roof. Is there a window? Oh, there is. That's a bloody nice window as well. It's an excellent window. Now, there is men downstairs, I can tell you that. I mean, if you're just going to run in the open, then yeah, we're going to shoot you. How long before they push up into this roof? 72 damage, you deal with that. You got him? Nice. Brother's using the... What's he got? Is that a martini? Yeah, he is. That is actually exactly what I wanted, funny enough. It may seem like that's actually not what I wanted, but it actually is. That is exactly what I wanted. You might think. No. There's no way. Screw you, man. Just started running in a circle around his mortar. They come up that ladder. That was unbelievable timing. Unbelievable timing. Damn it. Damn it, dude. This game's great. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Incredible coordination. Yeah, all planned. Oh my goodness. This is pain. At least I know that these bushes technically render in for everyone. In theory. I thought I could jump into that window, but it was too thin. What? That's one thing that was missing for BF5 as well. You couldn't destroy the environment with your weapons anymore. So you get to a... what's it called? You get to a fence in Battlefield 5 and you can't do anything about it. You just... A bit higher? Why is my... what? I don't know. What... I mean, that looked pretty much dead on. I don't really know where else to shoot.
We have lost the sector.
I thought that would have killed him already. Sorry, are you asking for a VR mod of Battlefield? I don't think there's a single Battlefield game that even has mods, let alone a VR one. You know? Have I tried Rainbow Six? Yeah. I've played quite a lot of Rainbow Six. It's fine. It's not my favorite game. Wow, that's a lot of enemies, dude. They're gonna run into those, yeah, I thought they might. EF1 had mods, but aren't they just character mods? Changing the uniforms. But didn't the BF3 mod people get shut down after letting them work on it and actively promote it, and then they went nah, and then like actively took them down as soon as they... Isn't that what, Project something or something? Or did they never take it down in the end? I don't know. Venice, yeah. Did they end up taking that down? I don't know if they ever took it down. It's still a thing? Oh, okay. Maybe it was the Call of Duty mod that they took down, which again was very sad. Really? That bullet velocity must be crazy slow. I'm shooting behind him. With irons. Yeah, I thought maybe it wasn't going anywhere because I thought they got into trouble with legal issues. But I don't know, honestly. Through the window? No, not quite. Didn't make it. Oh, we got him. We got him. Yeah, I like being able to destroy the environment and look out the windows and shit, you know? Okay. Anyone gonna... Yeah. Alright. So what, did you just come up the stairs then? How come I can get rezzed? Can you get rezzed after a melee? I don't remember. You remember having to the MW2 mod. What sucks is, I like the way that they wait until the very last moment to be like, actually, no. Like, yeah, just work on that. Yeah, just keep working on that. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, it looks fine. Right, so anyway, now that you're actually releasing the game, that's illegal. Stop. Where's that assault guy gone? He was right here. Okay. Maybe that's a different guy. Shit, it was a different guy. Oh god, please. Is it too close? I don't know. I think we're gonna win anyway. Yeah, you can't shoot whilst airborne, I forgot. It ruined the trick-shotting industry for Battlefield 1.
We have won. You soldiers have fought off the Russian invaders. The German armies will soon join us.
I didn't know that. How do I not know that? Can you get revived after being headshot in Battlefield 1?
By the beginning of 1960,
I don't remember that either.
It was becoming increasingly clear that Russia could no longer sustain the losses from several failed operations while maintaining loyalty to the autocratic and ever more dysfunctional
Interesting.
monarchy of Tsar Nicholas II. If the Austro-Hungarians had managed to halt the first Brusilov advance, inflicting further wounds on Russia,
After explosives or melee death.
amongst the people
Oh, weird. So you can be shot in the head, but if someone pokes you with a stick, you're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to be rezzed.
The winter set in, a huge blow to the Allied alliance.
Oh well. Oh well. Well, guys, you know what? That's BF1. I was about to say BF3. And you can't be revived after explosives. What? That's crazy, dude. I didn't even know that. I'm lost. I'm behind. I don't even know. Guys, I think we will probably give it a rest. Tomorrow, Atomfall. Have you guys seen it? I was actually kind of concerned about Atomfall because it looked really basic. But I watched a little preview of the Battlefield. I watched a little preview of the gameplay for Atomfall, and it looks pretty good. It looks more like Fallout than Stalker, I will say. Like, if you were comparing the two, it's definitely leaning more towards Fallout than it's leaning towards Stalker. The combat doesn't look. It's going to be more of an exploration game than it is a combat game. You know what I mean? That's how it looks. But I think it will be fun either way. It's not really an RPG. Yeah, it's more of like a Metro, like like Borderlands. It's more like Borderlands in terms of how it plays, in that like you kind of have a structured instanced area that you then move between the areas as opposed to it being fully open world. Name 3 games. Battlefield 1, 2, and 3. Done. So yeah, it's basically like about Borderlands in that it's instanced open world. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it looks good. The gunplay looks good. It looks just like a fun little game. It looks like Fallout, but with better gunplay. There you go. Because Fallout and Bethesda games gunplay and AI mechanics are slacking recently. You know? But anyway, that's what I'll probably be playing tomorrow. Because, yeah, I mean, listen, I played Starfield, and my biggest concern was just like, guys, we're using the Skyrim AI from 2009 or whatever it was. I was very upset. But anyway, I really think that Bethesda needs to sort out their AI for the next game, just to make it like that. I feel like the rest of the game's okay. It's mainly the AI, maybe the big open spaces in the space that they did. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, Atomfall tomorrow. It's British Stalker. It's set in literally one of my favorite places on Earth, which is the Lake District. It's actually really an interesting place to put a game, I guess. I don't know. But that's the plan anyway. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'll probably send you over to Broken Machine, as I believe it's his birthday. Is it not? It is indeed. I think me and Broken actually have a very similar thumbnail today. Oh no, it's not too similar. He's got some sort of, I think it's a similar angle but a different gun. But yeah, say hello to Broken. Say happy birthday, Broken, because I think it's, yeah. I don't know how, I actually have no idea how old Broken is. No idea. I couldn't even guess. It's either 25 or 33. That's my guess. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching today. I will see you tomorrow if you'd like to watch some Atomfall early access gameplay, whatever it is. All right. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, follow, all that. All right. And I'll see you in the next one.